And they don't want to give away both of them, so they actually take both top-tier junglers off the table. EG still looking at an attack damage solo laner here. Now, you can still jungle with Rumble. It's just that you need a pull on your first camp because you can't overheat yourself. And so you're really reliant on that pull to get to your level 2. So that's still a viable AP jungler. My fingers are always crossed for a Fiddlesticks to complement.
I know how much you love the Fiddlesticks, man, but it doesn't look like we're seeing a lot of that here. Woo. Viego, the first pick for EG. A swift response with both Nocturne and Volibear from the Golden Guardians, and it's back to EG yet again.
Now, Nocturne Volibear is really potent early game because Volibear can skirmish super well just at level 3, doesn't have to do full clears, can get into action, and Nocturne can shove the lane and move to the Volibear.
Yes.
To any sort of skirmish that you want to go for. Scuttle Crab control. It should be pretty easy for that, especially considering EG now locking in the Akali, which has so many strengths for later in the game, but early laning is not one of them.
Right. She just wants to clear the waves, survive as good as she can, and get to the point where you get to have the wub-wub montage play, pentakill, run it home, farm up the views, farm up the likes.
Do some backflips.
Yeah, exactly. Make it look a little bit stylish for them. And the third pick here for Evil Geniuses, their last one before the second part of the bans come through, looking like, okay, Tristana locked in.
And Danny definitely has had some explosive Tristana play already. Just last game versus the CLG, getting that win 9-0-5. Woo! Went legendary on it, so he's back with a hot hand on Tristana.
And hey, if you're looking at Akali as being one of those powerful AP assassins, why not get one on the other side of the table here too? LeBlanc, we've seen her going up in priority, and she's here to play for the Golden Guardians in this one.
I think LeBlanc is my single favorite answer to Akali at the moment. You chain the Akali, you can reveal her, you can go super aggressive early. It does require proactive play from the Golden Guardians here, though, because Nocturne, Volibear, LeBlanc just screams, we are going to win this early game. Top half of the map is going to be ours. We are going to utilize this priority to snowball the game. Now, it does definitely depend a lot on can they actually convert on some of these early plays, and so we're looking at banning out some of the early options there from Evil Geniuses on the other side. Viego very well could be jungle Viego. It's probably more strong in that role now than previously, as the changes recently on the patch were mostly hitting the lane Viego.
Right, stopping the sustain in the lane, making it so you can punish him much more easily. But we do see Leona and Lucian both banned away by the Golden Guardians. Varus and Karma banned out by Evil Geniuses. Golden Guardians now with that next pick here in the draft. We know they're solo laners. We know they're jungler. What will we see here in the bottom lane, and what do they want to leave for their very last pick?
Honestly, trying to think of things that can have strong pushing early lane there. You're already seeing good Kalista and Varus bans on the side of EG. I think those are the primary two that Stixxay and Chime would be able to get some control with to follow up on this theme that Golden Guardians have already started in their draft. Kaisa definitely very good at joining in on some of those fights with the ult, obviously, so they're looking to utilize it that way.
Yep, you love to see everybody just dive in together. A little bit of team bonding in the middle of a chaotic team fight here, but Evil Geniuses, now we got to see how they're going to complete the comp here. We saw the Sylas hover earlier from Golden Guardians. They hover it themselves, but don't lock it in. The Lee Sin picked up. I'm not gonna lie, man. I love having Lee Sin back in the meta. He always guarantees you're gonna have flashier, cooler stuff to see.
And for Svenskeren too, I'm hoping that this is a jungle Lee Sin and a solo lane Viego, probably for Impact, although Impact also prides himself on his Akali, so all three of these can be shuffled around whichever way you want, but my personal preference is getting Svenskeren on Lee Sin. I've always loved watching him on it from the very beginning of his career. Very well adept at making a lot of those insect-style plays and coming out on top in some of these high mobility and intensive duels.
Okay, Golden Guardians here. I want to see them lock this in just because I'm such a huge fan of the combo with Nocturne and Galio, the 1-2 punch, the missile from a million miles away. Might go with something a little bit more defensive here in the Braum. Doesn't have the same follow-up abilities in terms of going in with his team, but he can protect very, very well against some of the powerful diving options that Evil Geniuses has.
I think that's the key word, because if you're already looking across the table here at Evil Geniuses and the Tristana plus Nautilus, especially with how influential Danny was in the previous EG game with this pick. You're just trying to avoid dying bottom side to the all-in from Nautilus Tristana.
Okay.
You know, jungle very well could go down there early, so Golden Guardians looking to try and protect a bit for Stixxay and Chime. They have definitely had their trials and tribulations throughout this LCS split. Had some bumps down there, so we'll see if the Golden Guardians, I think, should focus towards top side of the map for themselves to try and get an advantage. EG, meanwhile, you know, definitely have a lot of possibilities of playmaking towards the bottom side, but Jiizuke on Lee as well. Definitely, if Svenskeren can help him unlock mid lane, push it in on the LeBlanc, get that Lee roaming around, and force the LeBlanc under the tower, it would be so much bigger for them.
I mean, the thing that I really like about both these drafts, they just feel incredibly scrappy on both sides, right? When you look at all 10 of the champions, both sides in bottom lane can get something going on. Kaisa likes to be able to scrap when she has an ally who can apply the CC. When you got Plasma and Winter's Bite both stacking up like that, you can get some really snappy trades down there.
Yeah.
And man, I want to see a 3 versus 3 fight over that topside Scuttle Crab at level 3. That's what I want. I really hope we get something violent like that.
I hate to break it to you, but if I'm Evil Geniuses, that's a no deal. You give me that trade deal, that's a trade deal meme. No deal. I'm not accepting. I have Akali top, okay? Impact is going to be like level 3 Akali top. He is saying yellow ping spam on that Scuttle Crab. Please just go for the bottom one.
Yeah, man, but PvP level 3, it rhymes. It's what the crab is for.
I like it.
Yeah. That's the whole point of the crabs. You have to fight each other for them. If you're not fighting for them, why are they even there?
Yeah, honestly, just get some arenas on each side of the map.
Yeah. Now you're talking. Now we're on the same page. All right, let's go ahead. Doesn't look like we're going to get too much action here before the minions spawn. Generally, whenever everybody fans out like this, draws the line of scrimmage, there won't be a whole lot else to see until those minions start colliding here in the lanes. You can see that our junglers aren't heading into the same directions, though. Looks like we're going to see Svenskeren on that Viego. Sorry, he's not on the Lee this time around, but it will be Impact Akali, Jiizuke there on the Lee Sin. But it looks like we're going to have opposite side starts here as both junglers are looking at their blue buffs.
All right. Honestly, no surprise that Iconic is going to want to start on the bottom side of the map and head up there, as we talked about for Champ Select. This top half just looks great for Golden Guardians. And it's probably just going to be an exchange. You know, by the same token, Impact is telling Svenskeren, you should probably start top 2, so you can just end bottom. You know,
yeah, don't come up here.
Oh, that top Scuttle Crab Flowers is trying to goad you into. just whack him out. Go ahead, Mew Flowers.
There's a whole nother Scuttle Crab on the other end of the map. You can just take that one. It's just as good as the top side one.
Impact's like, yo, did you hear they buffed the bottom Scuttle Crab?
Oh,
it's actually worth 500 gold now.
Man, I wish I was down there to get that crab. Man, if only somebody else is down there to take that Scuttle Crab for me.
Because Akali versus Nocturne, guess which way that lane pushes.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of guesswork. We can see right on our screen here, Solo's just got control over that one. Nice and easy down here in bottom lane. You already talked about Danny's pop-off game yesterday, 9-0-5 on the Tristana. You know they want to be running that one back here again. Nice trade there from Solo onto Impact. Does take the extra turret shot, gets a little bit too close there for that final auto attack, but Impact is hurting a little bit up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the game for Akali. You got to deal with the hurt. He's still holding on to his potion. Here's the mid lane.
Ooh, flash for the flash, and there comes the follow-up. One more, it'll do it. First blood for AblazeOlive and the Golden Guardian.
Exactly what you want. Early action from a Volibear. And he actually clears full blue side first. Doesn't waste a lot of time waiting in the brush. Even though your E could be faster on Volibear there, you can cast it as you're going in. To get the extra damage there. They still got the last auto from LeBlanc. They still get the kill, and the money goes in the right place. Plus, Iconic doesn't give up any of his top side jungle to do that.
Right.
So very, very efficient by clearing out your bottom side, then ganking mid up towards top. Allows him to get that top scuttle. That's all according to plan. Plus, still have his red side to go right back to.
And they know that there's not going to be a contest towards this Scuttle Crab from their opponents. I mean, Impact is getting proxy farmed at this point by Solo, who's just very, very confident in his position.
They already submitted their response to the trade deal.
Yep, the deal is closed. The day has ended. Their jungler is on the other side of the map right now, but might be looking to maybe make something happen here in the mid lane. If nothing else, just get this shoved in, allow his own laner to go back.
Oh.
Meanwhile, here in bottom, We got Ignar going in yet again, and Chime is just feeling the pain in this bottom lane.
Yeah, play defense. That's the name of the game there for bottom side of the map for Golden Guardians. Guess what? Defense is pretty hard, Flowers, 2v4.
Yeah, when you're outnumbered like this, it's not the easiest task in the world, my friend. Chime is going to die first with Svenskeren grabbing a kill on that one. Ignar wants to get away, but now Danny's got to be jumping out too. Golden Guardians looking for some sort of a counterattack here, but instead, they might just lose another one. Solo good. Bye, good night, evil geniuses. Picking up a couple and looking for even more. Iconic is here, so Stixxay should not be in any immediate danger. But evil geniuses, man, what a disaster there for Solo, as Impact is now even freed up to have a better time in top.
Yeah, guess what? Both teams playing to their win conditions early. Their strong side of the map. They're not going to try and protect their weak sides, playing off of where they are strong. Push in on bottom side. Danny and Ignar been chunking out Chime this entire early game, and so everybody jumps right on in him. And here's the cool part for Svenskeren. He thought about it for a while, and he's like, I'm going to pick up Braum real quick because Solo's teleporting in so I can get the CC from Braum. Even though his unbreakable wall is backwards, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because he's not using it for the defense. He wants that stun out of it. They do get it. And are able to shove Danny off of the turret as well, resulting in a turret plate acquired.
And Ignar barely getting away right there worked out super well for them too. You saw Danny save that heal till the very last moment just to make sure he could maximize the ability of his ally to get away. And remember that if you want to check out the LCS in Spanish, be sure to check out FlyQuest co-stream on their Twitch channel, LCS in Vivo. Maybe you'll be able to figure out what Tuki means because I asked him in Spanish on Twitter, and I just got 25 people responding to me with Tuki, Tuki, Tuki. So I'm not quite sure what it is still, but people are passionate about it, and I love that.
Passion always wins, baby. You know what the other biggest part about that bottom side play is how great it was for Impact. Guess what? Solo teleported away and died down there on the bottom side, had to walk back. So Impact is just eating up on top side, collecting all these minions. Got a double buffed up wave right in front of him. As Akali, that is your most happy moment.
Man.
You're just waiting with open arms.
Well, let's see if the Golden Guardians can make a play happen underneath the mid lane turret here. Nope, they're just going to back away. You saw Solo rotate down here to see if there was anything to do. If the wave is still in such a bad spot top for Solo, Impact now has him beat by 2 waves. He now has level 6 compared to level 5. That teleport bottom just completely ruined everything up here on the other side of the map for Solo.
Certainly did, and now level 6 Akali starting to look for possible ultimate plays up there, and you can tell Solo given the respect. So even without any jungle attention or anything, they actually even see the invade on bottom side, so they know Svenskeren is bottom. Looking for the collapse.
They're going in. Chime's decided to start it off here. Svenskeren's going to be focused down very rapidly. AblazeOlive getting the kill, and Chime getting away. Ignite keeps on ticking, but it will not be enough. It is 1 tick too short, and the Golden Guardians get the punish.
Really good collapse there from Golden Guardians, trying to punish that counter jungle from Svenskeren. Taking down the Viego because they know no flash from the last tower dive on bottom, and even with the ultimate, not able to gain enough distance. Chime barely not burning down as well. Calculated there. The aggressive flash forward from him to be able to ensure that they actually get the kill on a Svenskeren and lock him down.
And you can see here AblazeOlive with those 2 kills is now the highest EXP in the game. Impact right behind him, right ahead of him now, as I say it. So those 2 lead the charge in terms of the levels.
As you can see in the minion waves right now, both of them just pushed in too. So Impact slightly ahead, but this again is the result of the bottom play, which is so beneficial when your lane opponent for top lane goes and dies down there, and you've got the wave in a really nice spot, returning to it, pushing towards you, just so incredibly nice. Now, Impact has not been able to recall and buy any offensive power, no extra ability power. Thank you, observers, for showing us how the flash was blown from Stixxay. He is level 6 now, so it does have the Ultra Rely on, but no flash for him is definitely going to mean another vulnerability.
Ooh, Jiizuke jumping in here for some swift trading and a nice kick. AblazeOlive has to try to get away now with the flash over the wall there to stay alive, but Jiizuke always looking for the plays.
Yeah, and that's while the Rift Herald is taken, actually. So Golden Guardians, see if they get out with it. Looks like they should.
Impact trying to get as much time here as he can. Wants to continue the chase here, going after Iconic. but with the ulti, the bear will stay alive. Impact will not be able to secure a kill there, so just R2 back over the wall to get back in position for lane.
Yeah, there's no way Svenskeren is going to follow that. Doesn't want to like blind ult over the wall or anything. Nobody low enough, so just takes the Scuttle Crab, and it is a little bit of thievery there from Golden Guardians. The distraction mid from AblazeOlive buys them enough time to finish up on that early Rift Herald, and they've got plenty of time to use it to cash in on turret plates.
Oh, absolutely. But right now, we got Evil Genius is looking for a move here in the top lane. Spell Shield from Solo to guarantee that he will not be hit by the Shuriken toss, so Evil Geniuses can't close the gap, and Golden Guardians are just fine. But down here in the bottom lane, it might not be so. Chime throwing up the shield, disengaging here yet again. I feel like every time our camera's panning down to the bottom lane, it's always Ignar going fishing, and he always is hitting them.
Yeah, Chime is an easy fish to catch, I guess. He's trying to, though. You know, Braum, big part of the pick is, especially into these melee matchups, which are where you want to pick Braum. When they go for you, jump in, put up the Unbreakable. You're trying to block all damage to your AD carry, and then you get your you get your return damage by applying your passive with your Q and your punches to the enemy melee support, and hopefully your AD carry can help you proc that stun and get your return damage out. It's just that Ignar and Danny have been so much better at the initiations. They're getting big chunks in health and big leads in health. And remember, the flash was blown by a good hook there from Ignar that caused this kind of vulnerability for Golden Guardians on the bottom side to open up while there is a dragon available. And the teleport from Solo is off cooldown already, so Golden Guardians will have a slight discrepancy in timer. Probably, you know, EG won't have the exact confidence when the difference in teleports is that small. You know, in game, you're not really going to make a play off of that, like 10, 15 seconds or whatever.
It's so difficult to do, man.
Exactly.
That's such a small window.
And what you want to do is try and make it off of the Nocturne ultimate. So Paranoia first, try and deny the other one joining, and see if you can get your numbers that way.
We got plenty of bodies hanging around here in the mid lane, seeing if maybe there's something to be fought over. This bottom part of the river could see some blood very soon, my friend. The Drake is still up. Hasn't even been attempted by either side here 11 minutes in.
Yeah.
Golden Guardians putting more manpower into the river means they're going to get the priority, clear out some of the wards here and now. Jiizuke is down below half HP, so if Evil Geniuses try to answer anything Golden Guardians are doing, it could be rough.
I think Golden Guardians, they're a lot more early game oriented with their setup, so they definitely want to make a bottom side play to try and start snowballing some dragons.
Oh, Danny's just turning it around. He's going right back in. He's after Stixxay. He tries to jump, but it just don't work. AblazeOlive's on a killing spree there. Danny is already down. Svenskeren wants to stand and fight, but say goodnight. Stixxay picks up another one, and the Golden Guardians just smack Evil Genius.
Ask and ye shall receive flowers. Golden Guardians want a bottom side play for dragon stacking. That's exactly what they get. Danny hops in, going for the counter kill onto Stixxay under tower, but goes down. Ultimate used, shield used as well.
Oh, we aren't done yet, my friends. TP showing up from both sides. Chime dropping down the defensive ulti and now flashing away to guarantee that he stays alive. So despite the fact that we're having teleports committed from both teams, Golden Guardians still don't lose a man, so they're walking away okay with this one.
Interesting discrepancy, though, you know, having your support chunked out there, and there's no teleport channeled by Solo for Golden Guardians, so they actually don't bring Nocturne down. I'm very curious to see what's happening on live if they actually give up this dragon if EG went for it afterwards. But here's another look at the attempt for the all-in. Danny decides, there's no way I'm running away and getting out, so I'm going to try and fight my way out and get that kill. Svenskeren, though, adds another one there in the death column for EG, right up into the middle of the lane. And Golden Guardians, let's see. In the aftermath, nobody...
No, he's still sleeping. That dragon's having the best game of his life. Nobody bothers him. Nobody tries to beat him up. He just gets to take a nap.
There's a lot of noise going on outside. Maybe this dragon lives by the freeway, you know?
Oh, yeah. He just needs to get a nap, man.
There's all kinds of commotion. What the heck going on down there on bottom lane 101? But they actually pull
fireworks launching off.
Yes, the 4th of July. Even in LA, starts on July 3rd as well. Everyone's just popping off.
It started like on June 30th, man. People have been shooting these things off.
Honestly, though, with the lane swap, here for Golden Guardians, sending Stixxay and Chime mid to try and handle the wave push. It does look like EG will have first move on that dragon. Wake up!
Okay, Svenskeren's jumping into the dragon pit as Jiizuke takes some damage from solo, but it's not like he's afraid of dying all the way here, so he'll get that wave shoved up. No contest here for the dragon, and Evil Geniuses pick up first Drake of the game just shy of 14 minutes. That is a late one.
It definitely is. Not going to be any snowballing towards a quick soul in this one. And Golden Guardians probably just going to have to try and play the middle of the game through sides then. They've got Nocturne, they've got LeBlanc, but solo, he's got 3 people on him.
Oh, they are after him indeed, my friend. Going in for the stun. Svenskeren guaranteeing the initiation. Everybody else guarantees the follow-up, and solo is gone. Evil Geniuses pick up their 3rd kill of the game, tie this one right back up in gold, but I speak too soon as AblazeOlive takes out first turret there in the top lane. Impact dodges out on a little bit of aggro here back in mid, and the Golden Guardians will not get much else.
Yeah, a little bit of a trade of sides there. It's still going to be tower traded on the bottom side as well eventually for EG, as Jiizuke will push up and get it, but Golden Guardians have enough of a lead in the timer because they push out so quickly on top side and didn't go for the kill for the dive that they get rift-tailed in addition to the first turret bonus. So it's actually very comparable. Even though there was an extra kill on the side of EG, they did get the dive onto solo and they get that extra money. It's the towers traded plus the Rift Herald plus the first turret bonus with the extra gold. So very comparable there. They still will be able to use Rift Herald number 2. Remember, there's a lot more value in Rift Herald number 2 than there was previously on the patch because more money added to those secondary turrets.
Right.
And definitely can help you accelerate this game. Try and make use of opening up this map so you can really make that Nocturne LeBlanc play where you're trying to pick somebody off very quickly and kind of dissect this EG team while they are away from each other.
Or that second Rift Herald has such a powerful charge, they could also use it to charge down tier 1 and open up mid if they would rather have the extra map control compared to the bonus gold of the tier 2 in the top lane or something similar. It's up to them to decide what they want to do. Still have about 3 minutes on that Herald Eye to decide where that's going to go. Of course, 3 minutes is also the timer on our Drakes. Second one of the game will be a Cloud here. You can see total gold on the left side of your screen. AblazeOlive still the richest man on the map, just now cresting past 7K. Has Ludens, has his Sorcerer Shoe. There's a problem here in the bottom lane, though, as Jiizuke is going in after him. Sonic Wave into a resonating strike. He don't care about your wallet. That's Jiizuke, baby. Throws out the Sonic Wave with a resonating strike yet again, and now he's on the enemy AD carry. Stixxay's running away. He will be able to survive. The Buster Shot, excuse me, not the rocket jump. Chime's about to be jumped on now next. Iconic's gonna be the next one to fall. Stixxay's the only man still walking away from it. Evil Geniuses take everybody.
Is that a rocket in your pocket or is that 3 kills for Evil Geniuses? That is gold in his pockets right there for Danny and Jiizuke. Lee Sin plays all over here. I was hoping, maybe we'll get his cool highlight play where AblazeOlive is able to micro his LeBlanc clone and try and body block, make sure that Lee Sin doesn't get to him. Jiizuke's like, you know what? I'm flashing over this thing.
Yup. We're not going to play this mini game. I refuse. Just flash past it. But that's what I say. That's why I love Lee Sin, man. You get to see those cool moves, hit the Q, fade away, take them down. Jiizuke making it look flashy here. 2, 1, and 4. Now the mid laner there for Evil Geniuses. 100% kill participation. You love to see it.
You definitely do. And EG, again, they've got really good endgame options for this. So sitting in the brush pays off for Jiizuke. He's definitely one of the players that likes to go for those looks even more. Man, that was with the flash as well. So just completely dominated right there. You get to type mid-diff after that one.
Oh, 100%.
Lee Sin waiting in the brush for the LeBlanc. Gets the surprise on him. Actually nails the kills too. He forced the flash out of Stixxay as well with the secondary Q there. And guess what? Akali's into the mid game. Rank 2 on the ultimate. Impact is so happy here. Maybe easy escape.
Yeah, we are past the part of the game where it is fun to play against Akali. It is now Akali's turn to have fun, and we will see.
Now again!
We will see how much more fun he is able to have here. 30 seconds might show us a team fight with that Drake spawning, or Golden Guardians could just let that one go. They are down about 2,000 gold right now. It's not really that big of a risk since that first Drake was so late. It's not like their opponents are closing in on the soul soon. Chime jumps away back to Stixxay for defensive purposes. Ignar's going in. Chime taking a lot of damage, but a nice stasis keeps him alive. Stixxay down to about 100 HP. He'll be killed. Impact now surviving in the smoke here behind enemy lines. Sure, he can flip right back in. He knows there's no way out, so take one with them. Double kill for the top laner on Evil Geniuses, and the mid lane turret fall.
Akali's always having fun. That's her secret, Flowers. Impact under the turret. Yeah, there's no way out, but there is a way in. And he gets the second kill. That means his team's going to be able to get this dragon. Svenskeren is still up. He's got smite. No problem here for the Evil Geniuses.
Easy stuff there. Let's take another look at how it happened. Chime was the target.
Initially, yes, they get the hook in on him. Then as soon as that's up, guess what? Jiizuke is just going to use that as a ward hop, kicks Stixxay in. They get the ultimate out, and Impact continues on the dive. Meanwhile, the rest of the team there kind of jumping in around the tower. Impact able to land his shuriken, so once you get your E2 off, huge burst of damage, enough to take down Chime, get the extra kill, get the objective for the team. And with the Evil Geniuses, you know, with the champ select going this way, they just have so many good options for later on. Very easy for Akali to navigate these team fights versus Golden Guardian setup.
Yep.
Braum is generally really good disengaged, but Akali's just so mobile. There are too many angles to cover here because you've got to deal with Lee Sin plus Akali, both having multiple dashes and looking for your backline, looking for that kick, and too much assassination potential.
So the past couple of fights have favored Evil Geniuses. They've got the dragon now too. What do you want to see from Golden Guardians in particular to make sure that they can sort of stop this momentum, staunch this bleeding a bit, and keep this game close? Well,
they got to use Fog of War to their advantage, and they're also the team with Nocturne. So buying a bunch of control wards, trying to set up a pocket of Fog of War. AblazeOlive's ideal scenario is him in a brush.
Oh, well, we got Stixxay in a very non-ideal scenario. There comes the execution from Svenskeren, just barely enough to not grab it in time for the reset. Iconic will tank up as long as he can, but Evil Geniuses have a 4v3 here on the map. Chime's running away, has the bomb strapped to his head. Sonic Wave goes through, but it's going to be blocked by the spell shield. Ignar stays alive as AblazeOlive goes for an assassination there in the back lines. Yep. AblazeOlive disengaging from the rest of the fight and from the rest of his team. It is a 1-for-2. And Evil Geniuses win it again.
Yeah, not able to land the chain there, so Ignar walks away again, and it is another victory for Evil Geniuses. Really nice jump again onto Stixxay here. He actually died with his ult and his flash available, it looks like. So maybe we'll see in the replay. Did he get hard CC'd for the entire duration? Probably Nautilus ultimate to start it all off. Let's take a look. Chime is trying to body block, stand in front of him. They're trying to focus down this minion wave, and it's just, oh, right out of the shroud. It was Svenskeren just almost basically solos him.
Yeah.
Svenskeren solos Stixxay in the middle with Braum right in front of him, able to land the stun out of the shroud there, and oh man, no ult, no flash for him. Means it is going to be very hard for our Golden Guardians to win. Plus, yeah, that chain did miss there from Ablaze as he's trying to get a counter kill, poking around on the outside. It's just looking difficult here for Golden Guardians. Misexecutions and little things like that are not going to turn this game around. You know, it's going to snowball really, really heavily now.
And honestly, that didn't go too terribly there for the Golden Guardians, considering they were able to kill Svenskeren before he got the reset from Stixxay's body. Otherwise, you don't even get one kill back there. So being able to retaliate, focus that dive properly, despite the fact that they couldn't save their AD carry, at least they got something. It's still about a 2,000 gold lead here for Evil Geniuses. Golden Guardians once again bringing a lot of bodies over to mid lane, but this mid lane tier 1 turret stays standing tall here for EG. AblazeOlive with a bit of damage down onto Jiizuke, but now Golden Guardians will disengage further. Solo is not with the rest of the team. He's split pushing here on the Nocturne. Impact has rotated up closer to the fight as Evil Geniuses will take control over the mid lane, keep on pushing up. Svenskeren takes a bit of damage, but Golden Guardians do not want to commit onto the Viego. Turret will fall down there in that bottom lane. The tier 1 finally gets cracked by the pressure of the minions. Solo's back in the base. Now he'll walk towards the rest of the team and try to join up for a team fight.
Hitting some really, we're getting close to some very big breakpoints for EG2. You know, as close as it was killing off Viego just before getting the reset last time, guess what? He's inches away from finishing up Asterix Gauge.
Oh boy.
And so is Jiizuke on Lee Sin. So these bruisers just become so difficult to deal with the extra shield from Stixxay, and it makes the focus fire from Golden Guardians very difficult to pull off because LeBlanc and Nocturne, later on through these team fights, it becomes very difficult to navigate, especially because LeBlanc does have the extra cooldown reduction, which with more repetition, but doesn't have that one-shot potential. They haven't been able to get one of those ideal sneak attacks from a brush onto somebody unsuspecting.
Oh, but here we go. Solo popping the paranoia, looking to keep the lights off here for Evil Geniuses. Jiizuke is already going to die here at the very start, but we got ourselves a 1-for-1 with Chime biting the dust now as well. Impact getting it away as they continue to pursue further. Danny's now the target, stunned up, but he jumps away with a nice buffer. AblazeOlive's into the back, but he can't find the kill on the enemy AD carry, and Svenskeren keeps the pressure going. Ults backwards, defensively over the wall, staying alive. Ignar having to use the flash to attempt to do the same, but his days are numbered, and Stixxay is the one keeping count. Iconic continues chasing everybody away, and Evil Geniuses have to hobble out of that one.
That was critical from Solo to immediately Nocturne ult as Jiizuke is going in for the hook, but they're not done.
It's not over. Danny's ready to go in. He tries to get the damage, but he ends up getting punished. The rest of the team's ready to clean up, though. AblazeOlive needs a little bit more, and there comes Svenskeren, but a nice joke from Ablaze will keep him alive.
Oh, this is a fun one. Action-packed part 2. I love it.
24 kills in 24 minutes.
Oh, yes! We've got the break point. Oh, go for it. Go for it. They're not done yet. Iconic was so low that entire time, but teleport from Solo. They want to keep the fight going.
Okay, Solo's right here. They're not aware that he's here. He's aware that they're
Aware
not
that
aware.
they're aware.
He's aware that they're unaware that he's aware. Now, are they aware?
And how much hair do they have?
All right, we got ourselves a dragon spawn. Golden Guardians know that their opponent's already got 2 of them, and Solo's coming over the wall. He's ready to go. They're looking to knock down the enemy mid, and it is done.
Jiizuke has kicked Braum in 2 out of 2 last engages here as the Nocturne ultimate goes up. Immediately as Jiizuke is going in for these ward hop plays on Lee Sin, Solo just pushes Paranoia, and it seems over and over he's getting the kick there onto Braum. This one is actually kicking Braum away too, so complete fumble there from Evil Geniuses. That's exactly what Golden Guardians need to get right back to this one. They get a critical kill and dragon for themselves, because as that does stop, or at least stall, the soul point here collection for Evil Geniuses.
And you can see Dead Man's Plate now done for Iconic as well. This item is always one of the staples for the Juggernaut class. Took a lot of hits in the spring split world of League of Udyr. Dead Man's Plate had to get knocked around a couple of times, but still very effective. Let's take another look at how this last fight happened here.
All right, so just as Jiizuke lands this Q, he's going in for the kick onto Stixxay. Oh, it got...
I heard the noise, but then it canceled. Yeah.
He clicked it on the wrong one. He kick flashed, not on Stixxay. He was going for Stixxay, but got the Braum there. Yeah, that's too bad.
That's too bad.
Not ideal. Then, as you know, with the very exciting chase down through here, they also kill off Ignar on the backside.
Yeah.
And that sets us up for round number 2 through the control ward off of this brush. Iconic gets chunked really low, but kind of baits him in. You know, Danny wants his name in lights, but Iconic goes in. He actually ults him away from the shield, so the shield won't land on him, but doesn't have enough damage to finish off that kill, and it's up to Svenskeren to try and clean them.
That's the one thing I love about Tristana as an AD carry. Oh, never mind. I don't even have time for anecdotes. We got time for a fight instead. Evil Geniuses pushing their opponents away, impacted about half HP, but EG, the ones who still have control and vision over this top side of the river.
I mean, that's Chime's #1 goal, is just always, jump right on Stixxay as Jiizuke's trying to jump on him and, try and body block.
Yeah, make him click the wrong guy.
Put your big door in front of him, to put your big body up there. You got some nice big muscles. Hopefully you get clicked on instead.
Well, Evil Geniuses look like they're ready for another fight here. They do want to see better kicks out of Jiizuke. They want to see him onto more priority targets than just the Braum. Evil Geniuses now continuing to disengage, walking it off to the left, back into their own jungle. Golden Guardians continuing to chase them forward. Nocturne fires off the Duskbringer. I'll track everybody here a little bit, but Evil Geniuses are able to avoid any sort of a hard engage.
All right, because of the way we had a little seesaw there on the backside, now Golden Guardians are actually the ones that find themselves with the vision control over Baron, and they can actually go for the resets to finish up on their control wards, unless they get caught trying to reset.
Oh boy, Solo's eating a lot of damage. He has to flash away. He's still safe for now. Evil Genius is committing further, looking to see if they can find something here. Jiizuke goes underneath the turret, but he will be stunned up. He loses his Sterix. Jiizuke is punished. Jiizuke is down again.
Oh, that Lee Sin. That Lee Sin will bite you sometimes. Golden Guardian strike back. Stixxay, no hesitation on the killer instinct. And it is just that for Jiizuke. Goes down. Did he have that flash available at the time? I don't know if the cooldown just came up as well, but good follow there from the Golden Guardians. And again, that was on an attempted punish. The teleport was used from Impact's Akali there, so another possible side lane now won't have the extra mobility to join. When you do have the Baron plus Dragon coming up in 1 minute and 15 seconds, you get that duality of neutral objectives, and Golden Guardians can actually try and use this to their advantage, pulling across Evil Geniuses. Then maybe we get that big paranoia play where it is the Golden Guardians pick they want to try and win this game. You've got LeBlanc lurking around. Yeah. There's plenty of follow-up. Nocturne and Kaisa can both follow up from a very long distance.
And Kaisa, critically now, with Infinity Edge as that third item completed, the damage is incredible, and you can see AblazeOlive is nothing to scoff at there. Svenskeren immediately losing the Guardian Angel before a fight over the Drake is huge.
The whole thing is a LeBlanc in a brush. That's the game plan right now for Golden Guardians. 16 AblazeOlive here. He's got triple item power spike, 8 stacks on the Dark Seal, I believe. Pretty far away, small font, but yeah, I'm going to go with that. And you basically just look for these picks, these chunks onto the opponent team as they're fishing around for vision. And that game plan gets way easier when there are more neutral objectives up. So Dragon arriving to the Rift, beneficial to them, and EG probably just don't want to waste anybody's health or any risk here going for this attempted Dragon number 2.
And I like that call. If you don't want to fight for it, there's no point in having a couple people hover around the area, think about maybe, whatever. Instead, they're getting the side lanes pushed out. They're having people grouped up in the top part of the river, getting control over the Baron pit there with vision, sweeping out some of that of their opponents. Golden Guardians now grouped up as 5, ready to go here in the mid lane, and they are jumping on Jiizuke. He gets away with a nice disengage, and now the Golden Guardians got to be careful. They've lost 2/3 of the HP on Iconic, so it's time to walk it off.
Yeah, honestly, pretty close trade there because they do get Lee Sin ultimate for the Nocturne ultimate. It's Iconic's flash on the Volibear, though, which is a really big factor in a Volibear trying to navigate late-game team fights. You don't have a lot to offer to the team in late-game team fights. You are a big, beefy boy, but you only have one single one single target stun, and you try and sustain through your Divine Sunder, and you have some, more decent damage output with this build than you do with the previous, Cinder Hulk builds where you're just looking for the engages, but the CC you're bringing is not quite as impactful.
And Solo just about level 16 for that maximum power paranoia, maximum range there for the engages. So obviously we'll see Golden Guardians wanting to get him there ASAP. On the other side of things, Impact also level 15, Jiizuke the same here for these solo laners. Of course, I don't think that level 3 Lee Sin kick will be quite as impactful as a level 3 Paranoia. And I'm mostly looking for just better performance in the fights from Jiizuke. He's had a couple of those, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, but now they're going in, and who's telling who? AblazeOlive's caught out a little bit, and he is dead. Impact's grabbing the kill, but Ignar will also fall. It is a 1-for-1 so far, and Evil Geniuses wants to take it even further. Jiizuke's jumping in, but again, Jiizuke is too far forward. Mistake after mistake in these larger fights now.
He just keeps getting locked up as soon as he goes in for the kick. Really good defense there from the Golden Guardians. I thought it was over when they traded AblazeOlive for Ignar. I was already to applaud Ignar. He got his Nautilus ult on the LeBlanc before Ablaze was able to get out of distance, and so it was really easy for the rest of EG to follow the LeBlanc even after the passive pops, even after the clone is up, because the Nautilus ult was following AblazeOlive, and they get that kill. they'll gladly exchange support for, you know, mid lane carry kill.
Any day of the week.
The follow-up here, again, having a hard time getting off the good Lee Sin kick through the clumped group. Here it is. Ignar, you see that? That Nautilus ult is going to follow you no matter what. LeBlanc, as fancy as she is, even with the flash, even with the W away, can't get out, and Ignar down, but they go for the re-engage. Good cover of darkness here, but the further the chase here, goes in for the Q. It's iconic stun. The single target stun was enough. Into the fear tether. That layered CC is so critical for Golden Guardians. Single target stun, right on him, can't get the kick off, then the fear tether, has enough time to proc. Soon as Jiizuke comes out of that, he is dead.
They're aware of the Jiizuke MO. They know he wants to jump in there and make the crazy plays. They know he's never going to be the guy to err on the side of caution. As Solo pops the paranoia here, as Evil Geniuses looks for what might be a pick, but doesn't turn into a whole lot. They at least get that cooldown out of the enemy top laner. Evil Genius is still grouped up as 5, still looking to take this even further. Chime jumping away, staying out of the way of the Viego CC. Jiizuke looking for the angle here yet again with a AblazeOlive, landing the chain down on a Svenskeren and returning to his original position. Evil Geniuses still maintaining control over the top side of mid lane. Okay, Nautilus ulti down on a Stixxay. They're going in, looking for the damage. They've already got him. Evil Geniuses pop the carry. Impact will keep looking for even more as Danny's got the kill into Solo over the wall. He's going to find another here. AblazeOlive tries to run, but it's him and Iconic alone. Evil Geniuses have absolutely decimated the Guardians in this fight.
Yeah, that one's going to do it, Flowers. That's the big team fight. They get 3 members with no casualties on the side of EG. Ignar again was critical here. This time around, guess what? He caught the other carry. He got Stixxay, nailed him with the engage. Nautilus ultimate down. No escape there for the Kaisa. Stixxay goes down and EG just roll over that team fight. You see Danny so confidently rocket jump forward, chasing down on the extra kills here. After they take down the Kaisa, the extra threat is not there. And EG finally are able to get their end game Baron. Here's another look at it. Ablaze is doing a good job trying to poke her up on the top side with that LeBlanc, very low cooldowns with the Cosmic Drive. But keep your eyes on Stixxay. Walking up there on the Kaisa. What is that? Right into the Nautilus's face? That is just insane disrespect. How can you actually do that to a pro player? He eases up, uses invisibility right in front of Ignar, and Ignar immediately, all right, I'm gonna arc click right on top of your head. So they immediately jump on him. And guess what? When Nautilus R is on your target, it makes it easy for Jiizuke to go right in. Boom. He gets the kick that he's looking for that time around. They kill off Stixxay. Big mistake there from Golden Guardians. Very costly. Cocky, just positioning on the AD carry there for what? Some Q damage and auto?
I mean, you could see that he wanted to try to attack Danny. He wanted to come in with his supercharger ready to go, but with Nautilus right next to him, that's just, it's never going to be the play.
He's like, it's rivalry week. Danny, you're my rival.
You're my rival.
Everybody else, get out of the way.
Nautilus, go home. We don't want you here.
This was a 1v1. Hello?
Oh, man. All right. Jiizuke is keeping the split push alive here in the top side, pressuring onto that tier 2. The tier 2 already gone here in mid, means the inhibitor turret is under pressure. Baron Enchanted Cannon minion will just keep chipping away at that turret. As you can see, Evil Genius is setting up the 1-3-1. Here are those powerful solo laners there on the sides, making sure that everybody on Golden Guardians is just pulled every single possible direction.
Yes, sir. Play all 3 lanes. You got Baron buff. You got great solo lane split pushers. Plenty of mobility for Jiizuke and Impact to disengage if they need to, or even go for kills at these towers.
There's no way that stasis was intentional, right? he's full HP underneath the turret against one guy.
We didn't see the beginning of it, so you give him some benefit of the doubt.
Impact does not have the icon for R2 on his ulti either, so it's not like he was threatening.
Maybe there was a fear tether.
I refuse to believe that was on purpose. We've got to push here in the mid lane. It's already done in the top lane. The inhibitors are already falling, and the Golden Guardians are about to do the same. Iconic will be the first one to fall, with Chime looking to disengage, holding the shield high, but it will not matter. The Golden Guardians will just be deleted here, trying to defend their base. There's nobody left to do anything about it. Ignar's gone fishing yet again. Reel him in, baby. It's the 4th of July. Have a great old time while you're doing it. Evil Geniuses take the win.
And Evil Geniuses happy to rack up another one here on the LCS stage. Quite the streak they have going for themselves. And now, 5 in a row, starting to smooth out for them.
And it was a really close game for a really long time. Golden Guardians showed the ability to fight back. They showed the ability to punish Jiizuke in particular when he would try to dive in and make big plays. But I just gotta put the blame right where it belongs. Stixxay making that play, being so disrespectful of Ignar in mid lane is what ended this being a close game.
You're not getting that close to a Nautilus and getting away with it.
Nobody does that. I don't do that, and I play Skarner. You sure shouldn't be doing it on no Kaisa.
I love the commitment to Rivalry Week, though. We need some new ones here, Flowers.
Yeah,
Pick one
stir
out.
it up.
Pick one out. What you got? What's Skarner's rival? What you got for me?
Seraphine.
Oh, never mind. Good backstory on that one, that's for sure.
But I do love the fact that we're getting to see Evil Geniuses string these wins together. I was critical of a lot of the choices Jiizuke made this game. It felt like he was feeling a little bit too hyphy after some of those good early game plays. The bottom river fight, where he gets the kill onto AblazeOlive, then follows up with great pressure on a Stixxay, man, that was hyphy. That could go in a montage. But then he started doing that more, but without the same results, and it got a little bit shaky come the mid game, man.
Yeah, I mean, you miss all the kicks you don't take. Okay?
True. And I do love seeing people opt on the side of go big or go home. That's what makes Jiizuke so fun to watch as a player.
Because if they all go home, what's the point?
We spent the last year at home. I didn't like it very
Yeah.
much. I would rather go big instead. And Evil Geniuses are going real big right now. Like you already said, 5-game win streak now, just knocking everybody over and looking pretty good doing it. We're going to step away for now, but when we return,